guys, and welcome back to week 3 of online learning. Since it is the Easter holiday, this art lesson will be a little bit shorter than the other ones have been in the past. That is just so that you have enough time to finish all of your other classwork and all of your previous art projects in such a short week. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with another big project or time-consuming project, so this week your project is going to be a little bit simpler. So you guys are going to be making texture rubbings. So how we make a texture rubbing is by using small pieces of paper and crayons that don't have any paper on them. So naked crayons, which Miss Kaylee is not a fan of naked crayons, but this is the one situation in art class where I like my crayons to not have any paper on them, the one time. So I'm going to demonstrate for you guys how to do a texture rubbing, but what I want you to do first is kind of observe your surroundings and look for texture. You can find texture on any surface, even if the surface is smooth, because smooth is a texture. So the point of this lesson is to find surfaces where you can use your paper and your crayons to rub and find patterns and textures on top of your paper. So I'm going to show you really quickly what that would look like with things that you might be able to find near you, and then what that would look like on surfaces such as walls or floors or whatever is around you.
So what you guys are going to need is a piece of paper. It's probably easier if you use computer paper because it is super thin. So if you have paper and then crayons, I chose 4 different crayon colors because what we're going to do is fold our paper into 4s and then cut it so the paper is small. So I chose 4 different colors, and what you want to do is you want to choose colors that are a little bit darker so that you can see all of those textures and patterns whenever you do your rubbing. If you choose lighter colors like yellow or light green, it's not going to show up as well. So you're also going to need some scissors for this part. If you don't have scissors, it's okay. You can fold your paper and then you can tear it. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold our piece of paper into 4. So we're going to start by grabbing the bottom of our paper and folding it up to meet the top of our paper. And then we're going to run our hand along that crease. And then we're going to turn our paper and we're going to fold it again. So folding paper is actually pretty tricky for a lot of my friends because it's kind of hard to explain if you're not physically doing it yourself. So you guys may need a little assistance, and that's okay. So now as you see, I have my paper folded so that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. If it will help you, you can take one of your crayons and you can draw on those crease lines so that you can cut it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my paper into 4. So you want to point your scissors away from your body, okay? You don't want to ever be cutting towards yourself. You want to point your scissors away. So very, very slowly and very carefully, we are going to cut on those creases. And it's okay if it's not perfect. I am left-handed, and left-handed people cannot cut a straight line. So you are just cutting your paper so that you can get smaller pieces. If you already have small pieces of paper, then you can just skip right over this step. But I did not have small paper, so I'm folding and cutting. So now I have my 4 pieces of paper, and I have my 4 different color crayons. So what I'm going to show you right now is how to get a texture rubbing with something that I found. I was actually wearing this earlier. I found this lei. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the table. I'm going to put my paper on top, and then I'm going to rub with my crayon. So actually what I want you to do is I want you to turn your crayon on its side, kind of like on its belly. If it's standing up, I want you to lay it on its belly. And then you are just going to rub your crayon all over your paper. And you can just do this as much as you would like. And some things you're going to be rubbing might be a little tricky, and that is okay. But I just wanted you guys to see how I'm laying my crayon on its belly, and I am dragging it all over my paper. So look at that. I want to use this red netting to see if I could get a really cool pattern with my red netting. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that netting on the table. I'm going to put my paper on top, and then I'm going to choose a dark color crayon and lay it on its belly and drag it. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool so far. Wow. I actually quite like that one.
Well, texture rubbing on my baby didn't really work, but I did get something out of it. But anyways, you guys are going to use all 4 pieces of your paper and 4 different colored crayons to do your texture rubbing. So once you finish, I want you to lay them all out on the table and take a photo and then send that picture to me. So this was just a quick activity for a short week of school. Something else kind of fun and weird and creative that you guys can do during this week is you can go to switchzoo.com, and on this website you can actually mix up animals, which sounds kind of weird, but I went online and I did it, and there was like the head of a giraffe and the body of a walrus or something weird. But you guys can go on there and you can actually build your own animals by mixing up other animals. So it actually sounds pretty creepy, but it was really interesting. So what I want you guys to do is go on that website, kind of play around, mess around, explore a little bit. It's just kind of silly and fun, and kind of a break from your normal work routine. If you want to take that one step further, you could sketch the animals that you've created, and then you can show those to me on Zoom, and I can try to guess what animals you mixed up and created. Kind of creepy, but could be funny. So I hope you guys have been having a relaxing break these past couple of days of not having to do any schoolwork. I hope that that's been really refreshing for you guys. I miss you all. I really want to see you guys soon. So if you guys could let me know when you're available to Zoom, that would be really great. Or you can just email me anything that you finish. So I love you guys, and I'll see you later.